Now, I'm going to be telling you my go-tos in Bloxburg. Hello guys, it's K-Spade and welcome back to my channel. Now, if the start did confuse you of what is go-tos, it basically means what I do in Bloxburg every day or every time I join. But before we get onto this, I do just want to say I do have a Discord that you can join if you want to partake in a build battle or in any of my videos, but that will be linked in the description below, and let's get straight on into this video. Now, the first one I always have to do is join my neighborhood or private server basically. Now, there are two reasons for this. The first one is the reason I have to do this is one, when I record obviously, so I don't get distractions, and two, that I can go into free cam. And the second one is the fact I love to play on my iPad. Sometimes I do actually prefer it than my PC, and my iPad can't really adjust with normal servers. It lags so much, but having a private server takes away all that lag. So if you do have an iPad and you do lag, I would definitely recommend getting a private server, because that is what stopped my lag so much, and now I can build peacefully on my iPad without worrying about lagging. And the next one is to do with plots. Now, please, whatever you do, every single time you want to do a plot, don't buy a plot. Just try and think what one you don't use the most. As you can see, I don't have many plots. I've seen a load of people have like 15 or more than that, when really what I do is I just delete things I don't even use, because you're telling me that I use every single one of these plots when I most likely don't. There are a few I do need to get rid of, and I feel like I just hold on to plots because I just find comfort in the fact I built those, and deleting them I will probably miss them. But whenever I want to build a new build, I try and obviously delete an old plot rather than buying a new one. If I have to though, I will buy a new plot. And the next one is I always have to have inspo for my builds. So if I come onto Bloxburg and I want to build a city or a house or anything, I do need inspo. I can't really think off my head how to do something, so I do have to have kind of inspiration pictures to help me with that. And I would definitely recommend, if you are feeling like you don't know how to build or your rooms just don't look that great, definitely get inspo from Pinterest or YouTube or even TikTok, and they are what help me the most in making my builds look better than they would if I tried to do it just through my head. And the next one, which is so important to me, is to work and not buy cash. I do get very tired of working because it is quite a boring thing to do. I do understand that. But buying cash in Bloxburg isn't worth it. There are a few different games that it is worth it in, but Bloxburg is definitely not one of those. So as you can see, this is all of the cash that you can buy. None of this is worth it. For 1,000, you could literally work about 2 minutes or even a minute and get that, rather than spending 15 Robux on it. And this one is pretty bizarre. You shouldn't even buy this one at all. If you are in a state where you generally don't want to work at all, then feel free to buy it. I'm not saying you can't, I'm just saying trust me, it is way better to work, as you will get a lot more for your money than what you would pay for it. And you can do these if you want. I've never done them. I don't know how good they are, but I just have never wanted to do them, and I never will do them. I am trying to work to gain money, and that is most creators do as well, I think. While we are on the topic of work, the next one is I set myself a goal to work an hour and a half every day on Bloxburg. And the reason I think I've been obviously doing this, and what keeps me motivated, which is probably a very silly thing, is the fact I have been watching Love Island while working on Bloxburg. But I will say, if you are not old enough, please don't watch Love Island. Just watch something that is around an hour and a half, or any like 2 hours maybe. Like, you could watch a film or anything like that, and while you're watching it, work, because it will generally speed up time so much. And over the past like 4 days, I've set myself to that, and I've got myself back up to 1 million again, which won't stay for long, I will tell you that, because I literally spend it like it's nothing. But you will gain yourself, and you will gain more level in your work, which is also great to do. But definitely find a show you love, and you could even rewatch something and then just work while watching that in the background. And the next one is to keep a big project going so that you don't get bored of Bloxburg. So my big project at the moment is my new city. So this is currently what I'm doing. If you have seen by my channel, I'm currently doing a city, and this is something that is keeping me motivated to play Bloxburg to finish. But there are so many other things you could do. You could build a school, a cafe, just make yourself a big project that you know you can join Bloxburg every day to build. As this will keep you motivated, as it does me. But also remember, you are going to have to work for this money to be able to build these stuff. Now, when it comes to building, my favorite thing is the custom color wheel. Basically, the biggest tip I have for this is if you're trying to do the color on the wheel, it is good, but the best thing to do and the easiest thing to do is use hex codes. But if you are confused on that, I will show you what I mean. So say you want a beige hex code, you will basically press on it, use the color wheel, and right here you will put in the hex code. If it's got letters in it, you'll put it here. If it's all just numbers, you will put it here. As you can see, it says hex or RGB. And you would put that in and it would give you the beige you want. And there are loads if you just type in certain colors. You could even type in rainbow hex codes and you will still get a ton that you can use, as they are more accurate than the color wheel itself. And the next one is still very similar to the working one, and it is to put something on while I build, because building sometimes can get very boring and you can get bored after building a while. But again, if you put a show on in the background or anything you like to watch, really, YouTube, anything. But if you're building a speed build, then you will be watching that. And this is just a quick tip. If you are planning on building something and going to be sat there for a while, make sure you are comfy, because I know for a fact I am sat on my chair right now and I'm not gonna lie, my chair is not the comfiest chair. But you have to kind of make yourself comfortable in a spot so that you can build and actually build for longer, because if you're uncomfortable, of course you're not gonna feel like building or doing anything. So just make sure you are comfy and that you have snacks for when you're building or if you're working. And my last one is the fact I'm trying to max out a skill every month. So last month, I think I maxed out my cooking skill. This month, I think I want to do the intelligence skill, but that is kind of a thing I'm setting myself each month to do, because I do want to have all of my skills maxed out, because you are limited to certain things that you can buy. But I would definitely recommend giving yourself challenges every day to keep you motivated to stay on Bloxburg. But these were my go-tos whenever I join Bloxburg. Please let me know in the comments what your go-tos are. And if you did like this video, then please consider subscribing. I would really appreciate it. I've also linked my TikTok, my Instagram, and my Discord all in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and goodbye.